Hey everyone, it's Nicholas with the Backyard TARDIS. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. Don't know what order it'll come out. I'm recording a couple. Hopefully getting back into it. But epic swag grab bag. I've had a lot of stuff sent to me. I've purchased some stuff, and I haven't done one of these in a while. In fact, some of this stuff I've had since like June, and I haven't shown it off, and I feel really bad about that. So I want to go ahead and do this, and maybe I'll clip these out into little ones for each person, in addition to posting as one big video. But yeah, wanted to give it. First off, my friend Kevin, builder of TARDIS, he made some shirts for me, and some of them he had made, but he got a new machine, and so he remade them. So I figured I'd show those off. First one there. So Schaefer, that's my name, my last name. I will always be your Superman. And of course in the blue, because that brings out my eyes. That's what I told him. I like the blue. Then I am known as the Backyard TARDIS. So he made me that. And of course, I had this shirt in white, and of course that meant stains and everything, and the thing started peeling off, so he remade it for me. But there, the TARDIS with all kind of the clock timey gear things, really cool. There with the dark blue, and of course Star Wars fan, especially Mandalorian fan. Me and my daughter, the Dadalorian. This is the way. So those are cool. While talking t-shirts, these are some I got from TeePublic. First, I had one. Mine had completely faded to the point that, and previously I got it in gray, but like I said, doing the blue. Love this shirt. This shirt there's a reference to every Doctor up through the 12th on this shirt. So there, and I love it in the blue. I had it in gray before, but wanted to get it in the blue. Getting ready for the Sonic movie to come out. I wanted something to wear to the Sonic movie, and so this is why I put the TeePublic thing in. I wanted to get the replacement of that, but also I wanted to get this Sonic movie Calvin and Hobbes inspired shirt there. And I asked my daughter, and she said yes, she would wear a matching shirt to the movie theater with me. So got this as well. So really looking forward to rocking these at the movies. And then, just because I liked that design so much, I got from TeePublic, I said, hey, why don't you send me a sticker of that design? I think that's because it's so cool. You'll have noticed I have not put new stickers up lately. One, I've kind of run out of room, but the other big thing is, because I could be doing the roof and stuff like that, but like this van probably has 1, maybe 2 years left on its life, and so I have a bunch of like newer stickers people have sent me, but I'm like, I think when I get my next van, I don't know. We'll see how that, I could change my mind about that in a, month or two. Next up, we're gonna Segabits.com had a sale, and they said that we're gonna make it an exclusive club on the Discord for anybody who buys this mug. It's kind of a joke, but for those that know, like back in the 90s, they had like Sonic SpaghettiOs type thing, and one of the things that Segabits does is they have the fastest food alive. Anytime Sonic's on thing, they do a video about it, and so it's just a mug that looks like this 90s promotional SpaghettiOs. And I am the kind of guy, I don't have SpaghettiOs, but I did have stuff from like lightsabers and different things that had Sonic logo on it that I kept. old cereal boxes and stuff like that. But what's weird is I ordered one. I don't know. I think the company they had did this mistake. I double checked. I didn't get charged twice, but they sent me two. So that's cool. I have a backup, and so it has like a little thing like content. I just love that they took the complete detail from that and put it on a mug from an old, 90s Spaghetti-O ad thing. So, just real cool adding that. Since I got two, maybe I'll actually use one instead of just putting it in the collector's bin. Because sometimes that's what will happen is I've got a number of mugs that I just won't use. Because when you do use them, well, they start to look like my Red 5 one. It's getting there. Although this one's a sticker. This is kind of a basic one. Real thank you to Ro for that. But Ro got to thinking that wasn't good enough. And so I didn't pay for this one. Ro, part of the co-founder of the Red 5 Network, and co-host of the Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast. That is on this Yeti mug. That is etched in. That is not a sticker. That is on there. That is not going away. And of course, it's got Scarif podcast, Red 5 Network, and then my Twitter handle, Back TARDIS, because Twitter wouldn't let me put yard in there. and a Yeti, so. I mean, that's cool. It's a Yeti, but cool stuff. So, and as always, I haven't opened this yet. Rose sent me a letter. He usually sends me a letter with stickers and stuff like that. And let's see. Ooh. I've got a patch to put on a jacket or something. Ooh, locksmith. I love collecting keychains and stuff. That Millennium Falcon right there, yeah. We gotta open that bad boy up. How do we open it up without destroying it? I always find it funny because Ro's also the one that sent me a sticker, one of the last stickers I put on there, and it took me hours to unstick it. It was so hard. He always gives me challenging packages. But just look at that. That is cool. Here. I think these are the stickers he was doing with AI. I find that funny because that looks very Stargatey. And some new Red 5 networks. Maybe I can put one of these on that coffee mug and replace it as it's getting dirty. Ooh, some more of that AI kind of stuff. Kind of looks like Age of Ultron stuff. Let's see, Ro. Had to get one of these Yeti mugs for you. Thanks for your support throughout the years. It means the world to us, Ro and Brad. So I've been saying Ro because I know he was the one that shipped out. But yes, Brad too. You guys are amazing. I love your podcast. You're brutally honest, but you're not negative. And you're also not toxically positive. You just, this is your opinion, and you're not afraid of other people having opinions that are different than your opinion. I mean, it does cause you to drink when people talk good about The Last Jedi, but who doesn't that with? But yeah, these two things especially, super cool. That's good, and I recommend their podcast. Their podcast, one of the things that they get that a lot of people don't get, a lot of people, their podcasts are too much news in the moment, and Scarif covers the shows as they come out and stuff like that, but they get into the deep weeds talking about like the meaning of the Force and talking about the behind the scenes special effects, and they just get in there and they talk about the minutia of the stuff they like. They don't week after week just talk about what they don't like. They spend time talking about what they like, and that's what makes them enjoyable to listen to. I think what a lot of people don't realize is that just because you don't like something doesn't mean you want to hear other people say they don't like it too 24/7. And I think we all go through a period, like if we walk out of a movie theater and we really hate a movie, it's almost therapeutic to get on YouTube, vent, go listen to somebody else vent, and you're like, yeah, I felt the same way. That was a really bad movie. I really hated that decision. But then it's out of your system, and you kind of want to move on and not really thinking it much thought. And a lot of YouTubers get caught up in that everything has to be about why this is horrible now, why this isn't good. And at a certain point, and people accuse them of not being Star Wars fans. There are some grifters out there, but I still think the majority of them are still Star Wars fans. They're disgruntled Star Wars fans. They're upset Star Wars fans. They would like to see the property better, but they are making money off of it. When I say some are grifters, I mean there are a few people who maybe don't like that, but most of them, they actually like Star Wars as a property. They wish it was better. Some of them, Disney will never be able to do anything to bring them back. Some are at that point. It won't be until it changes hands or they prop Lucas up or something to have him come out and do something that would get any of those people to even look at Star Wars again. But there's plenty who are just really upset, and often that gets put. That said, you don't have to listen to it. And something that's so wonderful about a place like Scarif, a place like the Red 5 Network, is that there's so many places that you can go and they just talk about the Star Wars that they like, and often not the Star Wars you like, So if you want to hear people all these years later still talking about A New Hope, still talking about Empire Strikes Back, still talking about Return of the Jedi, still talking about some of the EU books, still talking about maybe you were a fan of the prequels, maybe you were a fan of the Clone Wars cartoon, whatever it is, they're still talking about these things that you like, and you don't have to stay stuck focused on nothing but the things you don't like. And I think that's something that a lot of these channels miss the mark, is that they don't add the stuff they like too. They just talk about why they don't like stuff, not why they used to like stuff. And I think that's something that the Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast does in droves. So if you want to just nerd out to Star Wars, not be so focused on what the drama of the week is, but actually have discussions that get down in deep into Star Wars lore, Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast. Now, Ro of the Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast is on another podcast with me, on the Price of Reason live channel, where we talk about classic Quantum Leap. Now, Price of Reason, he was doing reviews of the new Quantum Leap, and it was kind of one of those situations, and I thought to myself, I have never met somebody so passionate about Quantum Leap, and it was so much about the honors. I kept telling him, you know what, you need to do some videos on why the original was great. Because it's easy for everybody to talk about why the new one's no good, but why is this property even worthwhile? Why should this property be protected? Why should we care? You do that by spreading the love of the original. And so I kept prodding him to that, and he says, I'm working on something. And what he didn't tell us at the time was that he was like, I'm going to get all my friends and do that. Ro, watching for the first time, Ro from Scarif Scuttlebutt, he's on there watching the episodes for the first time. I was 4 when the show started. We watched it as a family, but there's a lot of episodes I don't remember. I remember certain episodes. I remembered liking the show, but like a lot of the lore of the show, I couldn't remember. But another member of that is Sean Crummell. Now, Sean Crummell is an independent artist, Sean Crummell Comics, and he does a comic book called Smacked in the Head. And one of the things that I had to do, I had been telling him, he'd been doing videos for the longest time. He says, hopefully crowdfunding soon, hopefully crowdfunding soon. I said, just do it already. You have to do it. Like, you will forever be hopefully crowdfunding soon. He was trying to get big on YouTube to have the base to sell it. And I'm so happy that he's out there doing it. And so I promised I'd support, and I have. And so I bought every different kind of comic cover it was, but he had one, it's $80, so it's not a cheap one. But what you get is well worth it, because you get to describe a custom cover that you want. And so he's also on the Quantum Leap rewatch, along with Price, Script Doctor, Rowe from Scarif, myself, and the real Sean Crummell. And so I thought, what better way than to have his character have it so that it's an episode of Quantum Leap. So here, Sam has left into Nox, and he's got to save his main character there from getting disemboweled. And so, let's see if I can get there. And then, of course, you got Al there. It's just that. And it's like, Sam, you've leapt into an artificial life form called Nox. Ziggy thinks there is a 95% chance you're here to prevent someone named Crumb from being disemboweled by something called a Gronk. I am an AL? Oh boy. Beautiful, wonderful. Of course, this is what the cover normally looks like. That there. But I didn't stop there. I should say, you know, what the cover normally looks like. That's and just kind of a idea. So covers in color. The comic is black and white, and it has a real kind of Star Wars, kind of Flash Gordon, real Flash Gordon vibes is what it, you know, this young man has been, you know, separated from his family, you know, government, civil unrest, a lot of bad stuff going on, and now he's off, kind of alone on his adventure, getting wrapped up in things. There. Issue 2. So just kind of a, you know, idea. Some of his artwork really has a unique art style. I kind of like his kind of big feet, big hands kind of art style. But with each of these, he had alternative covers. So that's also issue 2, but with the alternative cover. And but I will put a link to where you can buy these in the description. So they're making it like an old carded figure for the cover, like you would have gotten in comics back in the day. Just kind of cool little touches there. And you know, it's stuff like this. It just, but highly recommend the custom cover. I know he had somebody do like Kiss. I think he's done Aliens. You know, he's done a ton of different ones for different people. And people have asked, well, how come he's not getting hit with a cease and desist? because this is one-off. This is just me. He is not going out there and mass producing. You can't go buy the, well, I mean, I guess you could say, hey, I want the Quantum Leap cover like I saw on Backyard TARDIS's video. But it's not an item on the shop. It's custom, describe what you want, and then he draws that out for you. Amazing stuff. So we're sitting here, I've got, so much stuff. What did I do with the, oh, there it is. Whether it be the giant stack of t-shirts, especially those from my friend Kevin. The mug I got from Sega Bits. Good stuff here. Once again, this comic, amazing. And then Scarif, you always you spoil me. If you want to be spoiled, interact with the Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast. He's always doing giveaways. He's always doing giveaways of stuff you can win, and hardly anybody ever competes, so it would be easy to win. So just keep that in mind. And I'm going to put links to the Scarif, links to Sega Bits, links to Sean's comic, just so everybody can check their stuff out, because these people are great, and I'm just so appreciative. I mean, some of the stuff I bought, some of it was given to me, but I'm appreciative of all of them and all the great content they make. And and Sean, I'll put a link to his YouTube channel too. He does fun comic reviews off the beat, not the comics that, like, he's not reviewing Spider-Man, he's reviewing Conan the Barbarian type stuff, and then from Days Gone Past, and then of course doing live sketches where he's doing that, and just funny commentary of why he's making the decisions he is, and commentary on art and the world today, being very snarky as he do that. With all that, see you in the next video. We are Red 5, and that's the Scuttlebutt.